Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to go for high quality, free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the chart. In this video, I want to speak about GBP USD because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure. Now, as usual, to keep the analysis as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical side of this market. Then we will move to the order flow, and by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting here on the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment is testing a very strong area of previous monthly support, which is now turned resistance. In fact, if we extend this zone to the left, we can see how it was acting as support here, again here, again here, again here, and at the moment we're testing it as resistance because we previously had the break below the zone. Now, as we're retesting this area as resistance, we could expect a deeper test of the zone before then getting a potential rejection lower. We can also notice how the previous candle has this shape. Usually when we see a candle like this with a very long wick and a green body, the next candle is supposed to fill in this wick. Going down on the weekly, what do we have? Now, from a weekly perspective, we have a massive impulse to the upside, followed by this correction. In general, after an impulse, if you want to measure the correction, you have to take your Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse. If we do that, we can see a clear 0.32 retracement lining up perfectly with previous weekly support that is now against support here. As we're testing the zone, we could expect a potential rejection to the upside for the completion of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, going down on the daily, what do we see? Now, from a daily perspective, if we clear everything out, what we can notice by just looking at the structure is that the previous high is just now getting breached. In fact, this area was the previous daily high acting as resistance here. We're currently breaking above the zone. A successful break above this previous resistance would at that point make this previous resistance become support here. So if we do get the break on the retest of this previous resistance turn support, there is the possibility of seeing a rejection to the upside, essentially for the completion of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing, and we check the data for the pound, what we can see is that with the last reports, in the long term, we had a huge increase of the net positions, going from minus 68k to now minus 20k. We still have longs getting added, even though we're now seeing also shorts. I mean, in the short term, since you could argue that in the short term you are seeing net positions getting decreased, which is true, but we don't see any report with longs getting closed. It's only longs getting added here, and in the long term net positions clearly got increased. So there is definitely the possibility of a strong pound and seeing more bullish continuation. So if we actually see the completion of this impulse and the correction, there is a good probability of seeing a rejection to the upside. So if we do get this move, how we could be approaching GBP USD for a potential move to the upside. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and these kind of things, trainings. That is all part of the mentorship program, which you can find at transparentfxtrading.com. Here you have the possibility to gain access to my entire course with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the CLT data software, which is the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower here, past the testimonials, you will see that at the moment I'm running a huge special promotion in which you have a big discount on the upfront price of the mentorship program from $497 down to $97. Plus, since I have partnered with the forex broker Blueberry Markets, if you open an account with them from the student dashboard, you can get a full refund credited back into your trading account. And if you scroll lower, you will see that there is still time to join before the timer goes to 0 and the offer expires. However, spots are limited, so if they get filled before the timer goes to 0, then the offer will end anyway. So I really suggest that you take advantage and join directly from here to gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout process. So definitely looking forward to have you on board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.